Anti Fetish.
Techfest, make some noise. Alright guys, so I thought I'd make a video today to give you a quick little walkthrough of my new sort of touring front of house control surface package thing. As you may have noticed from that video, it includes a Behringer X Touch for fader control. So you have actual faders that you can use for throwing delays and, you know, just tactile feel of things. Mounted below it, sort of, you know, you might think you'd want these the other way around. Sure, you can do that, whatever, but it's like this at the moment. We have a touchscreen running M32 control, so that's just, you know, pretty standard. And that's what this controller is linked into. It's controlling straight to the software on here. That's all running on a Mac Mini, but via Windows, just because touch is better on Windows than Mac. It's a right faff on Mac. We've got a little network switch and a Behringer interface, pretty much the cheapest interface you can buy, but it gives you an interface to use, and Dante Via allows you to make this a Dante device. So that's how this is all sort of working at the moment. That's kind of the thing that makes this a bit more functional than just being a fancy iPad, because of course you can just do this whole thing with an iPad. That's what this is effectively replacing, is making a more robust, shall we say, version of an iPad. Yeah, a lot bigger than an iPad, you might have noticed. But so, what makes rocket fuel and time travel possible, etc., is obviously we've got an M32C, M32 compact core thing, tiny little M32 here. This is basically, if you don't know, the brain out of an M32 without the rest of it, so you don't get any I/O or anything. That's all being provided by this big blue box down here, which is an older Midas product. If you don't know, it's just one of the old Pro Series I/O boxes. Still works with the M32, clocks down to 48, so it'll work with it. And you know, just slightly better preamps than the other ones, and it's what I've got, so it's what's in the rack. Something that you might not recognise quite so much as this guy in here. This is Klark Teknik DN9650 network bridge, and that's currently running with a Dante card in the back of it, because I don't have a Dante card for this. If I did have a Dante card for this, I could get rid of that whole unit, but that's, you know, I already own this. I don't own a network card for that, so that's just what I'm doing for now. Yeah, basically the whole concept of this package is front of house that's on stage. So it doesn't matter if you lose power or connection at front of house, this will still keep passing audio. You can always connect an iPad to it. And then sort of the extra faff that's made it into slightly more of a project than just plugging a computer in at front of house is getting all of the Solo and Q-Bus and things like that to work, which has all been achieved via Dante, and all being sent down that same single network cable as before, although this is on an Ethercon, if you don't know. Just an RJ45 in a metal box. That plugs into the back of there. The other end plugs into the front of this rack. Bish bash bosh. And that allows you to do Dante and control. So yeah, even like I just unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it already knows what's going on. It's figured itself out. And I'm pretty sure if I turn that up, yeah, there we go, we get audio, which that in itself is pretty easy. The next level to this is being able to plug a mic in at front of house, turn it on, and hey, check, talk to stage via, yeah, a Behringer interface. So we're basically fully Behringer powered here. Fuck it, it works. And on that same note, by soloing, I think the tracks are the only thing that are playing right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but headphone solo's working, so we can solo things, you know. At front of house, 3 headphones, like a real desk. Yeah, and then the great thing about this being a control surface, say if this thing crashes, this dies, does anything, you know, someone pulls a drink over it, somebody steps on your cable, anything, like, there you go, cable's unplugged. Still got audio though, because it's all coming from that box, processed there, and then being spat back out again there. No actual audio other than the solo and the talk to stage are actually coming down this. So then, find your problem, get it sorted, whilst you're shitting yourself. It's figured out that it's lost connection. You're going to do it on its own, press the button. There we go. It already knows what's going on, working already. And you've got your control back. How we're currently listening to these tracks is also Dante, so as well as using Dante to do listens and talks and those things, we can also multi-track with it. You know, currently the laptop's sat on top of this, so I could also multi-track off of the USB card that comes standard in the back of the M32 there. Don't know if you can see that. But the good thing about Dante is, you know, we're connected by a network cable. We're going to lose audio for a second here because I unplugged the laptop. But I can pick that same laptop up, carry it all the way to front of house, all the way over here, set it down there, plug it into this guy, you know, just another network switch on this end, give it a couple seconds to figure out its life, and we should have audio back, full multi-tracks from anywhere. So yeah, that's what I've built. I'm sure if you sort of have thought about this kind of thing before, maybe some of this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, obviously ask questions, feel free to do whatever. This is just a quick little video because I've put this system together to see if it would work, and it does. So next step will be taking it out on some gigs. These specific tracks that we're listening to right now are Vexed from Techfest this year. That's sort of who this rig's been put together for, but I will be using it with a few other people. If you don't like metal, then sorry, that's just been playing through. But that's what it's all been set up for. When we did Techfest this year, this was all done on a full-size M32 with the same DL251 stage box, and we did a production rehearsal and everything. So had it all set up beforehand, and now with this system, I can just take that same show file, plop it on here, and I'm sure you can figure out that you can fit this into some spaces that you would not fit a full-size M32. Sure, you could put the little M32 in here, but that same problem that I was saying has always worried me. If that thing freezes up or gets a drink poured in it at front of the house, then all your audio is dead, and you've got no way out of it, no quick fix. This, you could literally set fire to this, and all you've got to do is get your iPad out, whack it into there, and you're golden. Yeah, as I say, any questions, let me know. Anything you want to see about it, that's pretty much it, to be honest. You don't have to run this if you don't want to, you could just run it as a screen. It's just on a hinge in here. There's a mouse and keyboard and cables and stuff, all the usual. So yeah, I don't know, haven't thought of a clever name for it yet, but this is my M32 control surface setup. Haven't tried doing it wirelessly yet, but in theory, I don't think the Dante would work, but with a couple of access points talking to each other, you could probably fuck off that whole cable and have this as a wireless connection thing to that, although I'd never do that. I'd just put in a long ass cable. So yeah, thanks for watching. Nice one. Catch you soon.